So just remember, like, if you want to find something, you will find it, but check yourself before you wreck yourself, but check yourself so you don't go down these roads, because it's too many good entrepreneurs that move in this direction. I've watched it time and time again with people that have came through this group that were on the right trajectory, and they had a bad week, a bad month, a bad quarter, and they think that they're going to just throw in the towel. And like, the internet is insane. Like, the amount of stuff.
It's all there.
It's all there. There's a documentary on it. There's a documentary against it. There's a documentary for it. There's a documentary about all three of those and why they all suck and this guy's is better. So just remember, like, if you want to find something, you will find it. But check yourself before you wreck yourself. But check yourself so you don't go down these roads, because it's too many good entrepreneurs that move in this direction. I've watched it time and time again with people that have came through this group that were on the right trajectory, and they had a bad week, a bad month, a bad quarter, and they think that they're going to just throw in the towel. And I've even watched business partners of mine that have done the same thing. Is they go through a rough patch. They go through a time where it's not exactly like the time they were hitting 3 months prior or the month prior. Depends on their stomach. But for many of these people that I've watched, it's only 30 or 60 days sometimes that it takes in order for them to throw in the towel. And I'm not talking about just this business. I'm talking about in tons of different businesses. This business, it happens to be a lot higher because you usually don't have the capital outlay that you would have if you went and bought a fleet of limousines, right? And it's important that you guys don't, I guess, downplay the explosive growth that this type of a business has, even though it's so inexpensive to get going in, because like the person I'm speaking about, you actually can make more than a heart surgeon who had to do 8 to 10 years plus hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so, like, that's amazing. That's unlocked knowledge, in my opinion, that more people should know about. There's a lot of businesses, and listen, these skills, you can use them for whatever you so choose. I mean, like, local business lead generation is one thing, but like, we just got a national lead in right before we went on this live stream. Actually, Henry did it. Henry was in our Sleeping Giants training, and he went into one of the niches that I told that I think is a giant niche. And I saw the lead come through, and I was talking to Gabe about it. I'm like, that lead could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I hope it is for Henry. I hope that lead ends up turning into a great long-term relationship with the niche that he went down into. That's something to be proud of. Like, listen, there's nothing special about buying an apartment complex. It's literally getting a loan from a bank, usually putting a little bit of money down, and then you rent the rooms out. And like, for every person that owns, like, Cardone's a good example. Cardone owns all these different, apartment complexes. Is like, he's not doing anything special. It's just math. It's just numbers. It's just commerce. And that's all businesses always. You buy something low, you sell it for more than you paid for it. Or you learn a service with your hands, with your brain, whatever, coding, design, you name it, right? And you charge for it. And don't let anyone ever shame you into thinking that you're getting paid too much because it's easy for you now. Remember when you started this and you didn't know any of it. A lot of you had never done anything online. And I know from a guy that worked, 50 to 70 hours a week in the automobile industry for many, many years, that, like, what a blessing it is to have a way to put food on the table for my family on my terms. I wake up when I want to wake up. We woke up today very late because we stayed up very late last night. But it's like, don't let people dog you on that stuff. Like, they are the cancer that you do not need around you. They are the misery that loves company, and they want to pile on their pity party. Block. The more I see it anymore, it's block, delete, get away from me, because that will infect me with negative thoughts, the wrong thoughts, not productive thoughts of actually doing something, producing, right? You go into this mode of just like, what if I did it this way? That would be bad. It's so bad. If you're that person, you need to get with someone that can help work on your attitude and your outlook on life. And I imagine if that pessimistic side of you kind of rears its head more often than not, you got to do some internal work. One thing that I really recommend, just write down what you're grateful for every day. When you wake up, it changes your entire day. I know it sounds silly, but do it. Just a couple things. You have so much to be grateful for. A roof over your head, hopefully food in your belly, day by day, and clean water and clothes, and it could be so much worse, in another country that you could have been born in, and you had no choice on that. So just be thankful for what you got and understand that, look, business is a journey. Some of you guys are going to move faster than others. Some of you guys have pre-business experience. And so if you see someone in the group that's struggling, through some of these different areas, help them out. That's what I think is awesome about this group is there's so many awesome people that have been doing this a long time that have totally changed their outlook on being an entrepreneur and what's possible.